We took inspiration from Dale and decided that we're going to start to do a video blog of our garden. From here it doesn't look like much, but we're going to go look closer and you'll see that we have some plants growing. First we'll take a look at our seedlings that we started 3 weeks ago. Marissa planted these seeds 3 weeks ago. These over here are different varieties of tomatoes. We've got purple and orange and Mexican midget and some other ones that I can't remember the names of. A few different, these are orange bell peppers. Here we've got some various herbs, lavender, those are probably tomatoes as well here. Zucchini are just barely starting to come up here in the seeds, from seeds. These little tiny ones are all herbs. We've got a lot of different herbs, some mints, some chives are outside already actually. We have some what is that? Eggplant that has not come up because we used old seeds. Down here are the seeds that have been doing better, that we've already, they started in these little containers here, and we've already put them into bigger containers because they started, their roots started coming out of the bottom, so we needed to switch them. Some of these are squash right here in the front, some Charantis melons, some butternut squash in the back. Clear back there are Hubbard squash. We've got some different tomatoes over here that have already been transplanted, purple. We call these Betty tomatoes. They're actually called Mexican midget, but we call them Betty, named after our sister-in-law who's Mexican and of small stature. We don't like the name Mexican midget. It's not politically correct. Okay, let's go look at the garden. You can see that our seeds are doing very well. These are from 3 weeks ago. This is what's happened all indoors under these UV lights using a similar article that we had on our website earlier from Jennifer. Here is our strawberry patch that came out pretty good. We planted those last year and they've done relatively well. This is going to be our herb garden. Last year it was our kids' garden, but our kids are just helping us with the big garden. So that's our herb garden. There's our compost bin that we're starting to fill, and we'll do some potatoes in those buckets and try to do better than last year. We're going to build probably 3 or 4 more of these planters all the way down this part of our yard and put tomatoes in them, just because we are growing more than last year and want to use up our space better. If we come over here, you notice we have this squared off. There are some plants starting to grow here. These are various lettuces. We're growing 3 kinds of lettuce, arugula, and spinach in these plots. And the reason we squared them off is we are going to, we actually planted this row 3 weeks ago. We're going to start planting these other rows every week or 2 weeks so we can have a constant supply of lettuce as long as they'll keep giving us to us. So we only planted this row so far, and a few of them have started to come up, you can see. Over in this area, these are our carrots and beets. And if we look closely, we'll see a few beets that are ahead of the crowd coming out right there. Right there. But they're not coming up too much yet. Most of this area here has not been started, but we do have our peas growing along the edge. Those were planted about 3 weeks ago. We've had quite a bit of snow, so they haven't gotten the start that we expected. Late season snow, but they're very hardy and have made it through. So that's our row of peas all along this twine, and we'll just thread them through the twine as they start to grow. So that's our garden so far. You can see there's a lot of empty garden, and we have yet to build a lot of planters along this area. But we'll keep you informed on what's going good and what's not going good in our garden this year.